Castorol is a film podcast filled with dubious opinions, plot spoilers, and a healthy sprinkling of bad language. Thanks for listening.
Take a much loved movie and stir in a different cast. Add a hint of nonsense for a flavor that will last. Garnish it with fun, film facts, it's food for the soul. It's a tasty, yummy, silly, funny movie casserole. Casserole.
Hello and welcome to Castorol. My name is Jim, and each episode myself and my two co-hosts, Sam and Nick, review one of cinema's much loved or unloved films with the aim of also serving you up a delicious recasting. But before we can get into all of that, of course, don't forget you can follow and subscribe to Castorol over on... You two are dickheads, thank you. But before we can get into all of that, don't forget you can follow and subscribe to Castorol over on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, or wherever it is that you get your podcasts from. And of course, don't forget to leave us those all-important 5-star reviews. And if you like what you hear, you can go on over to buymeacoffee.com // Castorol podcast, where you can leave us a nice little donation to allow us to make the podcast the best it can be. You two are fucking dickheads.
Almost turning into Wales song at the end there.
As I said, I am not alone.
Look, my commitment to you, and I'm sure Sam's is too, is that we will never stop trying to put you off. Your introduction. You took it upon yourself to do the intro every single time.
We will derail you like an alcoholic Thomas the Tank.
And you've yet to do it successfly yet. As I said, I am not alone. That first voice, that is so loud. That first voice you can hear, the first aquamarine variety. He's a squid of some sort. It's Nick.
Hello.
And just because fucking
Whale sounds, mate.
and this sperm whale to my right, it's Sam.
You want to see my minky?
And as I said, I am Jim. I'm the rainbow trout of the podcast.
There we go.
We are Castorol. Let's talk about some films.
Oh, now it makes me want a linguine, you know? What, Jim, you usually ask us a question about now. What's the question?
We're once again all together in a room.
That's not a question.
I'll get into the question. Fuck you.
You're prevaricating, mate. You're prevaricating about the bush.
I got a question.
How are you all?
All right.
I'm not answering.
So you want a question, and you're gonna abstain.
Yeah, I plead the fifth.
I'm all right. I had a busy weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, working today, sadly. Do need to ask you both though. What have you got me?
For...
Oh, it's your birthday, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Facebook didn't tell me, so it can't be.
Oh, happy birthday.
Don't put it on Facebook.
No.
Because then you know.
Don't. You know what?
know who your real mates are.
Well, if it ain't on Facebook, mate, it ain't your real birthday. So that's all I'm saying.
Ain't Facebook official.
It ain't Facebook official, mate. It isn't really your birthday.
To be fair.
To you.
I didn't want it.
Happy birthday
Stop
to
it.
you.
Stop it.
Happy birthday, dear Nick.
This is weird.
What did you say?
I called him a dickhead.
Oh, right.
Oh, thanks, guys.
So if there's a little blend there somewhere,
Actually, today.
so if we actually blended that somewhere, you're gonna get happy birthday, dear Nickhead.
Nickhead, yeah.
I was being nice, but happy birthday, mate.
Oh, thanks, mate.
It's birthday edition of the podcast.
Oh,
So
we are lucky that on my
what a
birthday,
treat. What a
I have to
treat.
come and see you two fucking.
I mean, what else would you fucking do?
I mean, come on.
Not much.
I know you invited us out on Friday, and I couldn't make it because my lovely wife was already out.
Yes, good excuse that one. Nothing I can do about that.
Well, I mean, do you know what? It's really annoying. Genuinely, I never go out. And
I ain't got an excuse. I just forgot. I forgot it was even that Friday. It had just gone, so I do apologise.
Wow. But did you have a nice time?
I had a great time.
Nice.
Nice hangover on Saturday.
Very nice hangover on Saturday.
It's a solo parent, 2 children.
Yep, my wife was working. There wasn't an awful lot of parenting going on. So
I bet
it was very much like
It's
leave
fucking
them to their
iPads, fuck
devices. Yeah, with big iPads.
There's the TV. There's the iPad.
We don't believe
Leave
in
it alone.
screen time unless we really need you to have some screen time.
Yeah, but I do actually have a quick shout out to do, because I did see on Friday for some pre-birthday drinks. Saw an old friend of mine, Adam, and we were chatting about the podcast because he's a fan, he's a listener, and I want to shout him out because he has listened to every single episode. even when he's needed to go and watch the film for the first time. So he went and watched Atlas first,
Oh,
so he could watch the episodes.
that's
What a
ledge.
fan.
What a man! What a legend!
Can you say the same, French Tom?
Who knows?
He's pretty good at listening. To be fair, I actually have a similar shout out. Actually, my friend James. He's I think he's a couple of episodes behind. He's just listened to American Psycho, but he's the guy that all those years ago I did a graphic novel with. And he just sent me a message being like, I'm a few behind, but I appreciate the shout out for our graphic novel. So yeah, shout out to James, because he's been a big supporter of the podcast and he's listened to all of them, and he's a big cinephile as well. So we should probably get him on here at some point, because he'd have some good opinions.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you, Adam. Thank you, James. Thank you to anyone else who has been listening. And indeed, if you've listened all the way through, if you're caught up, we really appreciate it.
Big up the day oneers.
The day oneers, yeah. And I do think if you do anything that can help the podcast, the only thing to do is to tell your friends. Yeah. Tell your friends.
Absolutely. Even if you just tell one, that one person may then tell one more.
Yeah.
And before you know it, spiral in.
Obviously, tell them good things.
Yeah, obviously.
Don't say like, don't tell one person that's shit
Well,
podcast.
don't listen to it.
Maybe don't lead with the host is mental. Maybe tell them about all the good. Maybe tell them all the good, insightful things that Sam and Nick say, and then kind of slowly meld in the mental.
To be fair, anyone that's spoken to me about the podcast said, I'm listening. One of the main things they normally say is Jim real?
Yeah.
So
I've had to show people pictures of you, because they're like, I just
Hang
don't
on.
know what Jim looks like.
Hang on.
He's not an AI.
What pictures are we talking about here? Because we're talking recent, or we're talking like when I still had hair?
No, recent. It just whatever your Facebook picture is at the time.
We spilt a fucking cup of Bovril on an anime-inspired AI, and we got Jim.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Where's Bovril coming from?
Well, any
When
kind
have
of
I
drink.
given any kind of inkling that I'm a bit partial to a bit of Bovril?
If I was going to say if you were a drink, mate,
Bovril, a nice beefy broth,
right?
Well, you always say you're Marmite. Bovril's basically Marmite.
Oh,
yeah,
fair
in
enough.
drink form, yeah. Either that or a fondue.
Also, most people don't like Bovril, so that probably means you like it, because you're some sort of weird contrarian.
I mean, I've only had it a couple of times. I can't say I hated it.
Fuck. You don't like pancakes, but you like meat drink.
Right, you've just said meat drink. What's not to like about meat drink?
I don't like to drink my meat.
Yeah, I have got to be.
We're not a food podcast, but we talk about food.
We talk about food quite a lot, actually.
Anyway,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Thank you.
It's been a couple of weeks. How have you all been?
We like a meaty drink.
Which is what exactly?
Bovril.
Yeah, I don't know. But how does Bovril feel for the past 2 weeks?
Sort of brown and warm and sort of like no one likes you.
And wet.
Yeah, wet.
Brown woman.
No, good. I've been doing a lot of filming out and about, which has been good. Got a little sunburn, which isn't good. And yeah, it's been good. In terms of what I've been watching, I remembered to make a note, because I think I might have seen something that is my recommended watch of the year so far.
Oh,
go on.
It is a show on Netflix called Behind Her Eyes.
Okay.
I can't tell you too much about it because it'll give it away, and I genuinely want you guys to go and watch it. It's only 6 episodes.
Perfect.
6 episodes.
Is it new? Released?
No,
this year?
it's quite. I'm not sure how long. It's been around for a while, and it was a book originally.
Yeah.
But it starts off as you just think it's going to be like a sort of a thriller drama, and it kind of is. But it has a few other elements in. And it's one of those ones where you're like, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. I think I know what the twist is going to be, maybe, whatever. But then the ending just leaves you like...
Yeah.
Like, and my wife and I have just been thinking about it every day since. It's just like one of those ones where you're just like, my God, this, that, and the other. And
only one season?
Yeah, just limited season, 6 episodes.
I've got a lot of time for just
I do like
one
that as well.
season. Yeah,
Not a massive commitment, and you can bang them out in a couple of nights.
Does that normally mean though that it wasn't as successful? Like, because if something goes big, you're in for at least another.
No, I think because
seasons.
I think it was a book, so I think it's just like in this day and age, it would have been like. It would either have been like heavily cut as a film, or would have been like one of those like longer films.
Yeah.
I think it's just like in this day and age, they have the chance to fully explore the characters. Because in a book, in like a 400 or 500 page book,
Yeah.
as we know, like most films are like 70 pages. So,
Yeah.
from a book to go to a film, that's a lot of cuts.
Yeah.
So, from them to go to like possibly an hour and a half, 2 hour long film to like 6, I think they're like hour long episodes.
Yeah.
It's good. You get to, a chance to like explore the characters and, sort of fall in love with them or hate them or whatever. So
I like that, yeah. And when it's done, it's done.
And when it's done, it's done. And it does leave you like, you're always like, oh, could they make that a second? You can't really do a second series, but I do want to see what happens, and it's just good.
So does it get left on a cliffhanger, or is it fully resolved at the end?
It's resolved in a way that is open,
Oh, okay.
if that makes sense.
So left ambiguously.
Yeah. Not really ambiguous, just
No?
like a lot to think about, like the permutations.
So
Like
it's all resolved ambiguously.
Well, it's resolved, but you're left thinking like, how's that gonna go? How's that gonna go? What's that character gonna end up doing? Like, how could that? Like, what's the eventual end of that character? But the story is resolved, but you're like, yeah, it's good.
Nice.
Watch it.
Nice.
Everyone watch
I
it.
mean,
Stop listening to the podcast now and go
Well,
watch it.
no. Listen.
No,
to
all right, finish the podcast.
Listen
You
first.
can, but come back.
Yeah. Or that,
Yeah, pause the podcast, go watch all 6 episodes,
and then come back.
Then come back. Although this podcast now will not say anything more about that, so good luck to you.
Yeah. But you can come back knowing.
By the way, I'm drinking gin, so I might get weirder as this podcast goes on.
I think this is the first time that you've drank.
Second, the other one was pretty
Second.
weird.
Well, we're in for a treat.
We are in for a treat on Nick's birthday.
Mark will
Excellent.
carry Mark come out a bit more.
I mean, I think you might have to.
Yeah, drunken Michael Caine,
Yeah.
no less.
I don't know, it's just a good idea.
So, Nick, what about you?
I don't know.
What have you been feasting your eyes with?
I don't think I've watched a lot at all, actually, to be honest. Just been going out and about, been out and doing a lot of family stuff. We're obviously in the aftermath here of the football, having lost the final of the Euros against Spain. We probably don't want to talk about it any more than that.
I mean, I don't remember us talking much about it on the podcast before, so we won't waste any more time on it now.
That's true. I mean, it only came up in so much as if there is another opportunity for me to mention Underland. That's when it came up.
I think the Underlanders might have done a better job of winning that game.
I dare said it would have. So yeah, I haven't got other than squeezing in time to watch today's film.
Oh yeah, I watched this film as well. It was a good little watching.
Yeah, God, you know what, this is going to be one. This is like as close as we're going to get until we get to it as doing a Lord of the Rings episode.
Well, it's not quite as close.
Yeah, I think you're...
But
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's in my top 5, isn't it? It's in my top 5. It was my pick.
Jim, what have you been watching?
Got any new lungs?
I wish I had a new lung.
How's your gout?
Non-existent, mate.
Oh,
I'd
good.
say it's not Christmas time yet. I'm feasting on meats and cheeses. We're all good.
I imagine throughout the rest of the year you stick it to mainly the Bovril tops up your meat intake, and that's a
He's
little
a
bit
yeast-
safer.
He's a yeasty man for the rest of the year.
Oh, get your yeast infection out.
Oh.
I watched 3 films. Obviously, the one we're doing tonight, this podcast. Other than that, I've watched Beverly Hills Cop Actual F.
Again?
What do you mean
Did you
again?
not watch that
That's
again?
the new one.
Oh, you watched the other ones in
The whole
preparation
because
for-
I watched the
Yeah.
other ones in preparation for this one because obviously it was announced of coming out. I was like, do we really need a 4th one 30 years after the first 3?
So you
It's-
watched the first 3 as kind of prep work.
Well, I'm not going to know any of it, am I?
Sure.
Obviously, what I didn't realise at the time is that Eddie Murphy was actually really unhappy with number 3. He didn't like how it came out. I like this one.
The new one.
Yeah, I think there's a return back to form. It's still, I think your opinion of this film will vary depending on how recently you've watched the other 3. I think if you've like me watched them quite recently, I think you'll quite enjoy this one. If you've not, I don't think you will, because I think you'll feel it'll. If you haven't watched them for a long time, you might find this one might feel dated and things like that. I actually felt like it still, had the charm of them still, the camaraderie between all of them.
Yeah.
Buddy Cop.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
enjoy. I felt like a continuation from all 3 films because of how recently I've watched them. Whereas I think if you've not watched any of them for a long time,
Yeah.
I think you might have a more soured opinion of this film.
Oh, actually,
Anything else?
Yes.
Oh,
and
okay.
obviously I teased this in our chat.
He teased it.
I have watched a film that I do not think I'm going to watch better of all year.
Oh my god, hang on, what?
Is this going to be a 4.9 stars?
No, I'm breaking my scale completely.
Oh!
This is 10 out of 10. I'm not doing star system.
Do you mean
I'm going
5 out of 5?
No, I'm not doing stars. I'm doing out of 10.
We agreed we were going to do it out of 5.
No, I don't like stars.
We're sticking to 5.
No, stars.
We know where we stand with 5.
No, stars sound worse.
So you've gone from, I never give anything 5 stars, to, I'm going to watch one now, 10 stars.
Because this is perfect.
Okay, go on.
It's called The Imaginary. It's by, I'm going to have to get the studio name correct.
Is it an anime?
It is an anime.
Right.
It is by a studio called Studio Ponok or Ponok, I believe. Where is it? Where is it? Where the fuck is it? It should be here.
All fun.
It's good to see you've done your
No,
research on this.
Who made it?
I wasn't expecting to have to look it up. Fuck off.
But you're talking about
Talking. Don't say by studio.
Studio Ponok. Yes.
Right.
Studio Ponok, based on a 2014 novel of the same name. The film's called The Imaginary. It is what I imagined the film If was going to be. It's what I thought the film If was going to be. So this is, so it's about an imaginary friend. The girl whose imaginary friend it is gets ran over by a car, put into a coma, and the imaginary friend starts to well away, as it were. In the meantime, obviously he's going on his little adventure. He's got this evil creature chasing him down, trying to suck in his power. It is so heartwarming, so just loving and stunning. The animation's gorgeous. The English cast is quite good as well, which is why I watched it on and watched on the dub. So I will watch it again in the original Japanese with the subs. Just kind of, even though I don't think it's obviously not going to change anything, but I want to get it in its original form. And it's just gorgeous. Halfway through this film, it had me a crying mess. This is at halfway, not at the end of the film. Halfway in this film, there was a scene with the child's mother, and just in her room. It just got me, and
It's really difficult.
And if I'm weeping halfway through a film, you're getting nothing. Like, I will break my scale for it.
I want to see it.
Stunning. If you
halfway through,
if you're if you're a fan of Studio Ghibli, you will get a lot of influence of that in this.
It feels like a very Ghibli-esque.
It looks very Ghibli-esque. It feels very Ghibli-esque. Honestly, just watch it. It's stunning. It will. Like I say, I don't think films should get this, but this will get it. It's breaking my scale. 10 out of 10, 5 stars, whatever you want to give it. I don't think I'm going to see a better film all year.
So,
can you understand the frustration of a couple of episodes ago? I will never give even a 5-star rating because nothing is perfect. To now, that cartoon was fucking perfect.
Just because I hadn't seen that before, mate. Up until
that's what we were trying to tell you, mate.
This breaks my scale, mate.
You might just need to watch some good films.
I know we were doing it at the time, but what would you give Shawshank Redemption?
I spoke quite highly of that, didn't I? I would have probably given that 4.5.
Right. Well, so your top marks for your. So would you now give it a 5?
No.
But 4.5 was your highest. So what you're saying is you're giving it a 4.5 now.
I'd still give it a 4.5 now.
You would have given it a 4 then.
No, I'd still give it 4.5.
So basically, for every other film, still the scale stands. 4.5 is the highest it'll ever go, and apart from this film or any other film you think is perfect,
which is 10 out of 10.
That gets 10 out of 10. Everything else is rated on a 4.5 out of 4.5 scale.
No, you're once again getting my scale wrong. You're once again getting it wrong. It's out of 5.
No, but
it's not.
Yes, you'll never give.
Again, you stop confusing what I'm saying. You are getting everything I'm saying wrong.
The audience members are not confused. The audience members are like...
Yes, because they understand what I'm saying. You two idiots apparently don't. So everything is worked up out of 5.
Okay.
But because I can guarantee there will be a flaw You cannot give it 5.
But there's not a flaw in this cartoon.
You
No,
just
this
given
I thought
flawless.
stunning, perfect, flawless.
Right.
See, this is why.
There are films that don't have. Whereas previously you were like, I can guarantee you, any single film ever, I will find a flaw. So the max I'm going is 4.5.
Out of
What
5.
was this? What was this one? 10 out of 10.
Because it is flawless. In my opinion, flawless. I've said it. I can't take it back. I will stand by what I've said.
Right.
But for me, this breaks that rule.
So you've now
Right.
opened yourself up that there can be 5-star films.
It would have to be
A 5-star film. I think
It would
that's
have to be
what we're
something
getting
special.
at. That's what we're getting at.
No, yeah, that's something special.
No, not just a 5-star film. It would have to be something special to me.
Right, 11,
It would have
11
to make,
stars.
It would have to
Six-
make. It would have
six
to
out.
make me feel something, not just be an immaculate film.
You make me feel something.
But that is what really good films do.
You know, like Sam will sit there and say, "Lord of the Rings, 5 out of 5."
Yeah.
I won't.
No.
Because I'm not going to feel. I'm not going to feel that.
Yeah,
That's
but it
fine.
did for Sam.
But it does for Sam. But if
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it, it's never going to get that 5. That's why I say no film will ever get that 5 out of 5.
But
it
then
just
did.
Unless
It does.
Unless it does. Unless it. There's nothing to laugh at. Unless it just hits. Unless that film just emotionally gets you,
That's,
and you're like,
that's why it's 5 out of 5.
well, no, because I think you can get
That's
emotional.
why it's
No, 'cause
full
I-
marks.
No, because I think you can also have an emotional film that you really get emotionally connected with.
But it's not. Yeah, I get
But you
that.
still can't get that 5 out of 5 because you'll see an editing issue or there'll
yeah.
be some fuck up somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It needs
Yeah.
to be a full package.
Yeah.
We
Well,
agree.
that's why I'm saying. That's why I stand by my statement of no. I won't give any film that full marks.
But you just
did.
If you stop interrupting, which is why I have broken my scale.
You don't have to break your
So-
But I
scale.
am breaking my rule.
Okay, so but now
My
that
rule
it's
is no film is perfect until now.
right, okay, but so from now on you could give 5 stars.
It's potential.
Right, there we go. There we go.
We dare say there's precedent for it
Yes.
because you've come across a film which you decided was good enough to give 5 stars.
Absolutely.
So can we just
Talking
agree?
of 5-star films.
Can we just agree that you'll from now on you will rate films out of 5 stars?
Or 10 out of 10, depending on what I'm fancying.
Right, right. Let's move on from this weird rating system. We now know it sounds like a good film. I want to watch
I'm
it.
glad you've had that experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. Like,
And I feel
Chuffed
like
with
maybe through doing this podcast we've opened his eyes
No.
to the wonder of film.
You've got no credit at this.
No, fine.
No. You can take no credit for this.
Right, talking of films, we are reviewing a film this week.
Yeah, and recasting. We're getting back to our usual scheduled programming.
Yes. Okay, so this week we are recasting the magnificent Princess Bride.
Sam, tell us a bit about this film.
So yeah,
this
as
is a
it's
film
your
that's very special
choice,
to you.
this is what you have put in your top 5 films.
It is. It's my number 4 in my top 5 films. It is. It came out in 1987, which is the year after I was born.
Really good year, 1987, wasn't it?
Very good year.
Great
Very
year.
Good year. Very good year. A couple of weirdos were born, but good year for films. It's one of those ones where I watched when I was quite young, and I will say now the caveat. Obviously, I don't know what these guys think of the film yet, but this is just caveating. I do think there is a slight hint of nostalgia when you talk about these films, like because it was part of my childhood growing up. I do think it'll be elevated than maybe somebody coming in like fresh and cold to it.
Okay.
But it takes place in 1980s America, and a grandson is ill and he's home from school, and he's playing his computer games, and his granddad comes round with a fairy tale book to read to his son. His grandson, and he says he used to read it to his dad when he was ill.
You're not going to take us through the
I'm not
entire
going to take
plot,
it through.
are you?
I'm just setting up how this fantasy world.
The framing mechanism
framing
of this
mechanism.
is like a story being read to a sick kid.
And so, like, the granddad then reads this story to the kid, and this story is the Princess Bride.
Who is bloody Columbo?
Who is Columbo?
No less.
Is yes.
And the
brilliant.
kid
Peter
is
Falk.
super famous kid, right?
Exactly,
As well.
yeah.
What else has he? He's one of those kids who's like was in fucking
Yeah, so it's
everything
Fred
in the 80s.
Savage.
Yes.
So Fred Savage was in the Wonder Years.
Yes.
But it's the trope is quite good because as this story then takes off, a few times you like go back to this like kid in his bedroom because he's like, oh no, not a kissing scene, and it's quite funny. Anyway, it's swashbuckling. There's giants and there's Spaniards and there's evil like kings that are trying to kidnap people. There are rats of unusual size. There's lightning sand. It's got everything a kid would need. It's funny. I mean, it's got Billy Crystal as a very amazing Miracle Max who eats a lovely mutton and less than tomato sandwich. You want to see?
Right.
And yeah, basically, it's just everything. It's got great music in it, and yeah, it's epic, and I loved it.
Now, this is a Rob Reiner
film,
film, right? And Rob Reiner, who is of This Is Spinal Tap fame, other massive films he's both acted in and directed. This, I think, was another sort of, I don't know what the budget would have been for This Is Spinal Tap, but this is a fairly low budget, even at the time.
Yeah.
So this is a budget of like 16 million, I think. And it wasn't an enormous. I think it was an average sort of success. I think it sort of doubled its budget or thereabouts at the box office.
Yeah,
but I think it's
one of those ones which just
it's one of those, right, that like in the years that have then passed, it has developed a kind of cult classic or like a much beloved. Like it's in a load of like top lists of films, like really highly regarded fantasy comedy film. It's got that kind of like beloved aspect to it.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I mean, now obviously we're gonna have to get into the meat of it. Really, is what you guys think?
Do you want to take it first?
Well, Sam, tell us a bit more. Actually, what you touched on of what you love about it, why it's special to you, but give us a little bit more about kind of not just what was special growing up with this film as a kid, but what, when you come back to this, what in particular is that captivates you still.
So I think first and foremost, the thing that I remember about this and the thing that's still interesting is it's got probably the greatest sword fight ever committed to film on it. It's got an absolutely amazing sort of swashbuckling back and forth rapier sabers fight on a cliff top that I think like sword masters agree is like pretty amazing. And like the choreography, like both the actors are actually the people doing that. It's not stunt doubles.
They trained in fencing.
They
right,
trained
to do
in
this
fencing,
scene.
and it's just amazing. And I think it's that, for me, it's that combination of this really awesome kind of like action with this kind of heart and comedy and kind of, other than like a few really bad apples, everyone's kind of likable and everyone's kind of interesting, and all the bit parts are even, you know, good and interesting and you know, necessary just to the film. You know, there's that like albino that kind of is carting Wesley to the torture chambers later on.
Yes, who is that?
Mel Smith.
Yes.
And it's just like this amazing little cameo, and it's just like, it's hilarious, it's funny, it's brilliant. And you know, everything that you got Peter Cook at the end as like this kind of the sort of the bishop,
he's like the bishop during the marriage.
And it's the famous thing, like everyone will know that marriage is what brings us together today. I mean, that is referenced in The American Office.
Yes.
Michael Scott says it, like it's something that's in pop culture, and like everyone, like, anybody want a peanut? Like Andre the Giant says that, and that everyone says that now.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things. It's just
Inconceivable.
inconceivable.
So it's worth just going through the cast then, because this is on paper.
No,
like
first of all, I want to know what you fuckers think.
Okay.
Okay.
Jim.
I mean, rock, paper, scissors for it, or
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
loser goes first. Is it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Or,
Go on.
well, I mean, I can go first if you want me to.
I'll fucking go.
This
okay.
is worrying.
Look, amazingly, right? I had not watched this film all the way through, but I was aware of it. I knew what it was intended. I knew it was kind of like a fantasy comedy, romance, adventure. I knew that there was some satirical kind of spoof elements to it. I knew that I'd definitely seen that fight scene before between Carrie Elwes and Mandy Patinkin. Patinkin. That's awesome. That is an awesome choreographed scene. I I was really let down with this film.
Oh, man.
Overall, yeah, I'm sorry to say it. It just did not. I couldn't tell. The first thing that struck me, I was like, I mean, this felt super fucking low budget, and not even in like a look at how funnily they've done this with a really low budget. I think weirdly though, some of the things seemed really big budget. I just couldn't like. It was a combination of like what felt like bad editing. Some of I couldn't tell when it wanted to take itself seriously and be like, no, I really am a high fantasy adventure film. And then the comedy elements didn't quite match up because I felt like it didn't lean heavily enough into. I almost wanted it to go full on Men in Tights. Like I wanted like a daft musical number. I wanted like it's a bit of slapstick. Or I wanted everyone to be like, no, I'm in a comedy right now, because I couldn't chime together what was trying to tell of the genuine love story versus all the surrounding comedy. That actually the effect that for me it had on the romance was. But don't worry about the romance because it's not genuine. Because all we're really all doing here is having a laugh, like we're fighting around. And for me, that took away. It was almost like, oh, I'm comedy now. Now I'm serious again. Now I'm comedy again. And I also didn't. There was a load of things I didn't buy in this. Like I think there are some great performances. So I think like Christopher Guest as Count Taron Rugen is really fucking good. I mean, Christopher Guest in anything. I think Mandy Patinkin as the Spaniard is great. I almost wanted more again. Like he's got strands of his character arc where like he's obviously out for revenge for the killer of his father. Prepare to die is his recurring line. It's really cool. I kind of wanted more. I wanted like more of like, well, are you serious with it or are you funny? Like I wanted more of the comedy. I think if you're trying to be a satire, I wanted to go all in on the spoof. I wanted like lots of gags all the time from these comedy greats, and I didn't feel like I was getting it all the time. There was lots of like, sometimes I couldn't hear or understand some of the audio, and this is going to go somewhere else really bad because apparently it's really well considered. The soundtrack for this film was done by Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits fame. I think it's shite.
I love it.
I can't stand it. I feel like it's really like just done half-heartedly. That's the one bit I could pick out, right? All the other motifs and themes weren't memorable to me at all. There was no like, apart from that bit, big like orchestral, like the chase scenes and stuff were just really like blah, blah, bit of organ. Like I'm really sorry to have.
I think so. I'm going to rebuttal you first.
Please do.
For me, I think a lot of this can be answered because you need to consider who the audience is. It's not technically us.
Yeah.
It's the grandson.
Yeah.
The film is made so that
it's his imagination. Yeah, I get that.
So like the rats look shitty because you can't really imagine what like giant rats look like.
I feel like that's a very forgiving conceit.
No, but it is.
I think that's a very, very loose argument.
No, it's not because
I think that's a very weak argument.
It's consistent.
It's expected watching this that you know that this is what's happening.
No,
that this is in the kid. That this is the kid's imagination. We, as an audience, that is understood. I think that's a really weak argument.
It's not a weak argument because it's there. It's so consistent throughout. Like you've got like them on like a sailing ship.
It's consistent throughout, but that doesn't excuse it for being how Nick.
That whole bit on the ship was like the acting was just like. I guess if you're really going hard on that, I guess what it didn't do is it didn't sell it well enough. All you would need is to have a little bit more back and forth between the granddad and the son, right? Take the what is it? The rats? What are they called again?
The RUSH is rats of unusual size.
Rats of unusual size, right? All you'd need is a little bit of back and forth where the granddad is reading the bit about the rat, and the boy goes, "Wait, what? Like how big?" And he's like picturing it in his head. And you'd almost need something where you go back to the film and the rat's there, and maybe the rat's small. And then it goes back to the kid asking the granddad, wait, how big?
That's too obvious.
No,
but that's what Nick said. That's what you should be leaning into.
That would be funny then. He'd be like, no, like twice that big. And it goes back and the rat ding, has gone twice that big again.
Yes, I fully agree. No. I mean, before we go into have you read the literature that this is based on?
No. But it's not like there is a fantasy book called The Princess Bride.
Yes, there is. There is a book
but it's
out
not,
there that this is based on, which is it's a massive satire. a massive satirical spoof, and it's based on that.
Yeah, but it's not the book that he's reading.
No, but the film is based off this piece of literature.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. And it is widely regarded as a satirical spoof.
I agree, it's satirical. But my point is, like, it's supposed to be like the love story is supposed to be kind of superfluous because it's not what the kid's interested in.
Yeah, he's like, kissing.
Yeah, and they do that sometimes, but then it's like that kind of it's when you're a kid. It focuses on when you're a kid what you're interested in. It's almost that like heightened reality of when you're a kid. Like you imagine chase scenes are like, you know, you're just running and like dun 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 dun. It's kind of that kind of thing. I don't know.
But it needed more of that. It needed that dun 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 dun. It needed a bit of that music. It needed like there were moments like the whole bit where like he's climbing the rope for ages. I wanted more of that. It almost didn't play it enough. Yeah, when he's like, can you throw me the rope? Like. It felt like unacting. It felt like people were under acting, and it was almost like I just wasn't seeing it. Maybe there's comedy genius, and I was like, oh, wait, it'll click with me in a minute. I'll be like, fuck, this is a masterpiece. In the same, what I'm struggling, what I was like, coming from someone who's a massive fan of This Is Spinal Tap, and I think that is a comedy masterpiece.
Yeah.
There's so much of that is instantly quotable and memorable, and like every scene you're like, oh my god, this is genius, right? And it's like you can see where comedy, like The Office and stuff,
yeah,
right?
Spinal Tap is much more obviously kind of this
spoof
satirical
and
spoof
comedy.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Whereas because I didn't get enough of that, I was like, okay, well maybe it's not. Maybe it is. There is a real fantasy story here or film, but the quality of that, if that is what it is. It was bad. I was like, the editing's bad. Some of the cuts were like, what? Like some of the acting was just like, I was like, where's the direction in this? When they're all sat around the boat and stuff, and I was like, I don't know. Almost like I wanted it to be more play on the fact that it was corny, play on the fact that some of the props and the creatures and all that are bad, because you really could have lent into that with the fact that it's the kid imagining it. I think you could have gone great with that. You could have had more of the flashbacks where he's trying to think, oh hang on, like in his imagination, no, it would be like this, and you go back and it's like that could be
I fully agree.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Jim,
to go without saying, if we're going to use a food analogy, this film was unseasoned boiled pasta. It was just bland. I agree fully with Nick. They could have lent so much into the spoofiness of this film. It felt like there was no direction in this film. It wanted to do one thing, then it went to another. And like Nick said, you could have lent... You've said it yourself, this is meant to be the kids' imagination. Kids have fucking hyperactive imaginations. There was none of that in this film. You could have had such grander ideas, because this kid is going to be imagining so much stuff. None of it's there. And like, I barely remember any of the music. I thought the Spaniard accent was offensive. I thought it was so offensive.
It's the 80s, mate.
I thought it was so offensive. I mean, that fight scene is probably the only redeemable thing in it. Yeah, not good.
Oh,
I think it says if you didn't have Lord of the Rings as your number one film in your top 10, I'd be scrutinising your top 10 films. I really would, because it's saying a lot about what you think is a good film. That this is your number 4 film.
I mean,
I don't think it's without its good moments.
Great film.
And that is why I went onto Google being like, I must be fucking missing something. And there are hundreds of posts asking the same question. Well, what am I missing?
Well, if people have posted now, already lost the argument.
There's no argument. They're asking, they're going the same, coming on, going, well, what am I missing? I've watched the film, I'm seeing it's meant to be a masterpiece. What am I missing in this film? And they're all coming with the same. The same points as me and Nick. More things could be done so much better. Lean into the spoofiness.
Mate, I was fully expecting this to be a Gladiator, where like I would have loved it to.
Do you know what? I thought this was a risky pick.
It should have gone one or two ways. Either lean into the spoofiness and go full Men in Tights, or lean into the fantasy more and just go super serious.
About it. That is what is nice about it.
But it's not.
It skirts both.
But it doesn't though. But it does it badly.
But it doesn't do it badly.
Yes, it does.
If you want like a fantasy film which has got some cool elements in it and some like heart that then skirts like comedy and some funny stuff, it's great. Men in Tights is amazing. Lord of the Rings is amazing. I like this because it's down the middle. I like it because it has elements of both.
But I kind of think in doing that, it doesn't really deliver as well as it could in either.
I felt that there was no charm in this film.
Oh my god!
This was so uncharming a film.
I don't even know how to begin to come back from this.
This was so,
the end of the podcast.
It was so bland and uncharming, and apart from Mandy's performance, offensive accent side, I don't really think there's much good in it.
I don't think it was without its redeeming qualities. I think there are some singular, really good performances.
I was actually willing to forgive the rats as well. Because I actually enjoy it.
They were so bad.
That was actually one of the few funny moments, like, oh, it's clearly a man in a fucking massive rat suit. Made me laugh. Because just them rolling like that was one of the few funny things. Other than that, nothing funny in this film.
But almost that point, I was like, they'll play on how bad this outfit is. But then they kind of didn't. Like, the rat could have been doing funny stuff. Like that, but I felt like that fight with the rat was played really seriously.
Yeah,
like, it bit him
super serious,
and he killed it. But they should have
played on. It would have been even if they really wanted to really spoof it. They could have just had a bloke walk out in a rat on his back, just walking out as a rat and just fucking swinging.
I want it to be full spoof,
but it should have. This film should have gone the full spoof out. It would have been a better film if it went
this
full
is
spoof.
Tough because I see what you're saying, but you can't change any of it because it's that romantic, nostalgic.
Well, no, we can't change any of it. It's over 30. It's fucking nearly 40 years old.
Exactly,
but it should have stuck. Picked a lane and stuck to it.
It's those small bits it's so lovely to watch in those old films where like from a distance, like there's this guy like climbing up the rope, and it's clearly like being like winched up with like foam bodies either side, and it cuts to the close up, and there's like all of them huddled around, and he's not really climbing. It's just those fun little moments where you're just like, this is like a fun, But
it's almost. I just don't think they did enough of the fact that like that's
there wasn't enough fun.
Funny.
There wasn't enough of the fun.
I can't believe this, guys. I can't believe you guys.
Look, this is the beauty of being different people with different experiences.
I get that you can say like it looks corny here. I get that you say maybe like it's a bit dull. There's not loads of action to it. I can even get if you say like you don't like the soundtrack, but there's no heart in it. There's so much heart in it. It's a love letter to all those kind of films.
I just didn't feel it. I felt no charm from this film. And the thing is, coming in here today, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to, because I didn't want it to feel like every time it's Sam or Nick's pick, it's Jim shitting on a film. Because I know it's going to come out of my film, and then I'm probably going to pick a film that you're going to go, ugh. And I don't want this podcast to be whenever one of us picks a film and the other one's just shitting on it. Out of spite.
No. This is why we do this.
And I'm fully aware that because my pick next. What you're probably going to hate it for very different reasons.
I'm going to fucking hate it.
You might very well hate it. I've got two options. Both I think you'll both hate, but for very different reasons. One of them I love because I hate it. Is one of but again, I don't know if I'm going to pick. But anyway, we're not on about my pick next time. We're on about this one. I didn't want to do that this week because I didn't want it to feel like whenever it's someone else's pick, I'm just coming in and this is rubbish. Out of spite, but I just didn't feel anything for this film.
This is why I caveat it, because it's really difficult. I can't come at this film objectively.
Yeah.
Because there's so much history to it. There's
Yeah.
so much like for me, this film is like a film feeling of like a Christmas morning. It's like that, like it's like a warm cuddle. There's just so much love for it, and every scene, and just like it just makes me smile the entire way through. And but I can understand if you're coming in cold, you're like, what's that? Why is that? I don't really get that. Like,
I feel like maybe I'd that be the way I'd approach like a film like The Labyrinth.
Yeah,
I'd find it really hard to be completely objective with that film because it means so much.
I love The Labyrinth, but you could be like, God, he's fucking creepy. What's with those rockets?
Sure, you could pick out
there's stuff. So it would be similar. I get that. I think for me, it's just it's a really good representation of like like the feelings between them. Like you genuinely feel that like Inigo and Fezzik like really care for each other, and like it's really nice. There's like genuine stuff in it.
I didn't really get did you?
No.
No, that's like a little bit of banter, but it wasn't like genuine. I didn't really care about anyone at any point. Again, because I was like, is it serious? Is it spoof? Not really bothered. A bit boring.
Yeah, they don't seem to know what they're doing.
There were some fun moments.
Barely.
Do you know what I feel like? Tell me if you agree with this. It felt like a lot of the scenes were like rehearsals that they'd put into the final cut. And not even in a good kind of improv way. It was almost just like everyone was
I
a
think
bit...
that's a bit harsh.
What?
I don't agree with that. No, I don't think it. It wasn't that bad.
What do you think I mean by rehearsal? What I mean is like...
I know what you mean. Like, you know, it's not the final. You know, they're rehearsing
a little
their parts.
bit too relaxed.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of That's
I
kind
know,
of
that feels a bit.
a bit
that
too.
feels a bit harsh to agree to, but at the same time, yeah.
Kind of just going through the lines and the paces, or I think a lot of it comes down to the writing and the direction. I really wanted to like the film, so yeah.
I wanted to as well, because it sounded. But when I actually realised what kind of film it was, like I was convinced it was a rom-com, so I already had it in my head. I'm gonna hate this film because I thought
it is.
And then when I realised, it's a fantasy, I was like, okay, a bit like Men in Tights. Okay. I thought, brilliant, I'm gonna love this film.
Well, do you know what is good about this though? It means that hopefully you think your recastings will improve the film.
It might do. So speaking of the cast, should we just go over the ones that we're recasting, and then give some up? So,
well, should we just go over them while we're recasting them?
Well, I thought it'd just be good to give a few little shout out to some of the ones that we're not recasting.
Yes,
there are some stellar names in this. Like
There
we've got the likes of Billy Crystal having a little cameo as Miracle Max. We've got Fred Savage playing the grandson.
Yeah.
Who else have we got in there? You got Wallace Shawn as Vizzini. I was for the longest time I was listening to his voice going, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
He's Rex from Toy Story.
Yeah.
I was trying to picture the voice. I was like, I know this voice.
Who's Vizzini?
He's the short
Inconceivable.
guy that's with Indigo and Fezzik.
Yeah.
For a long time, I'm going, who is his voice? I know I don't know the bloke, can't see the face, but I'm like, I know this voice. Where do I know it from? Fucking Rex from Toy Story.
And Peter Falk as the grandfather is just amazing.
Classic Columbo.
But yeah,
he's one of the best
so we've
parts in this, I think.
So we've picked. Well, Sam has picked what he believes to be the top 6.
Yeah. So the only one that I do think like Vizzini is like a key to the story, but he's killed off quite early on, and I think that we wanted 6, 2 each, so he falls by the wayside. I also genuinely not sure who I would pick to replace Wallace Shawn. He's so good. So yeah, we didn't do him.
Steve Buscemi, better already.
Fucking hell no.
So it's safe. It's obviously safe to start with Wesley / the Dread Pirate Roberts, played by Carrie Elwes. Is it? Is that how I'm pronouncing it?
Elwes.
I believe Nick, you had him.
I've got
so
Wesley.
Please tell us what you've done to Wesley.
I quite like you, Nick, but this
it can make or break.
Yeah.
Is it a good job you're no longer sat right next to each other at the moment?
That'll be alright. Let's feel our way.
Fucking do it. Fucking do it.
I think you could have gone a few different ways. I could have really fucked people off and gone with someone like Will Ferrell or something. If I was really being like, this would be like a Judd Apatow kind of
real piss take
era comedy. Yeah, I don't think I've not done that, so don't worry. I was trying to think of someone with that combination of kind of heartthrob leading man with a bit cheeky charm and has some comedy chops as well.
Mark Wahlberg. Got you.
Just wait.
Empty weird.
The weird thing about the Wesley's character in this role and Carrie Ann Moss's portrayal of him is that he has this character arc where he's like he's like a beautiful looking man in this film. He's like peak
minus pedo tash.
Right, yeah. Then
Pedo
that's when he
Tash,
comes back
peak.
as
Peak
Jade Pirate
pedo.
Roberts.
Pedo Tash on the top layer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those scenes at the beginning where he's like, "As you wish," the farm boy and stuff. Again, like that's where I was like, "Wow, this film is really taking itself this bit seriously. Like it's really establishing the love that they feel for each other."
Because then you want, it's like oh, so you want me to feel something for this because he's presumed dead.
Yeah, and then he comes back, but like when he's back as the masked character, like Zorro character, or whatever,
The Dread Pirate Roberts.
the Jade Pirate Roberts. Not only that, obviously she doesn't twig for the whole time. That like it's obviously I get that that's like a comedy thing, but like when he comes back, I was just thinking when he is reunited with her and they're making their way through the what's it called, the fire swamp, the lightning swamp,
The fire swamp, yeah.
the fire swamp. He's like a bit of a dick. He's like has this monologue where he's saying, "Oh, yeah, I did this," and I'm all like, like he's sort of carry on when he's being his very kind of at his pompous, right? That's the right word, pompous. But I didn't find him likable
Endearing.
at all there. Yeah, he wasn't endearing, and I felt like the character needed to be because all of the rest of the story hinges around that sort of that arc of winning back his love. So the person I've gone with, I might have cast this person in stuff before actually, is a person who I really like as that kind of swashbuckling leading man. I've gone with Christian Slater. Who I might have gone with before.
I don't think you have done him before, but I can. Yeah,
I think he's got the right mix in his peak kind of.
I'm trying to think what I know him from.
You know him from.
Broken Arrow, True Romance.
No,
You've just spent
no.
2 films I've
He
definitely
knows him from
Come on.
Robin Hood
Okay, even better.
because he was Will Scarlet in the Kevin Costner Robin Hood,
okay.
Yeah.
and in that he's very pretty young man, you know. And
Yeah, a lot more of a gritty character there. But I think he's got that kind of like dashing charm about him and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think he could bring a lot of that to the role. See, I was trying.
Yeah,
I was trying.
I think that would be good.
There you go.
Not as good as the perfect casting that is Carol. No, I think that was a good casting.
There you go. Well, who we going with next?
Well, I think it's only fair to go to Buttercup, aka
Yeah.
the Princess Bride, played by really, really beautiful Robin Wright.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what else she's been in beyond this,
Loads of stuff.
but
Yeah.
not a
This
name
was-
I
this
it's
was
not a
her
name I
first
know
film.
of. I know it says in the credits introducing her, but
You will know her from
not a big fan of the performance in
House
this.
of Cards, Forrest Gump. She's Jenny.
Oh, is she?
Jenny.
Ah.
Yeah.
So yeah, wasn't a big fan of this
stuff.
performance.
She's Wonder Woman's mum.
Okay.
Let's get water.
Okay. Cheers, Nick. Well, so with my castings, I've got 2. I've got what I would consider a more modern casting for both people, and then a more retro casting. So
Yeah.
we can decide. We can either go with both, or we can decide. We can decide between them. So for Buttercup, I start with my modern casting. Is I've gone for someone who's quite of a big deal at the moment, very beautiful, and I think would pull off the role very well, and that's Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, I don't actually know her from anything.
She's
Like,
unfortunately
other
Madam Web. That absolute
Right,
disaster, Matt. But she
yeah.
is just everywhere. She's absolutely beautiful. Retro casting. Now, I need you to be with me with this one.
than- Is it Whoopi Goldberg?
It's not Whoopi Goldberg, but we're in that kind of vein. Kylie Minogue.
Okay. Yeah.
I could get on board with a bit of Kylie. We're going back into sort of 80s, 90s.
I think Kylie
90s.
worked with Christian Slater.
Yeah, I could
Okay.
see that. Yeah.
See, it wasn't such a stupid one. I know you got a bit worried when I said bear with me there, but
No, I mean she's excellent in the Street Fighter.
She actually is in terms
Yeah.
of like what we all love that film for being like.
and I think for
Insanity.
what I think this film is, I think she'd work great as Buttercup.
I could get on board with that.
Yeah, I like that. I think,
I think I get on board with Kylie more than I can Sydney Sweeney.
I think, like you say, I think if we're going for Christian Slater, I think Kylie would work better opposite.
Yeah,
him.
I think you're right.
Oh god, that is like a retro.
That's a
match
right red,
in heaven, isn't it?
isn't it?
Oh, love that.
So where are we going to go next? I guess Inigo is he's probably at the tertiary protagonist, right?
Inigo Montoya.
Yeah,
He's probably the third most important character in this.
Yeah, I mean, he's the
He's someone else with a revenge tour. He's got his mission.
He's someone.
Is that who you've got, Sam?
Yeah,
I've
so,
got-
yeah.
yeah.
So Sam, I believe you've got Inigo.
There you go.
How you've not gone, which I think you said you haven't, for the one person that's in my head
I
for
have
this
got
role.
it now.
Yeah, okay.
I've got three options.
Oh, nice.
One of
So
them
he
being,
tried to ban himself from going for two. I think
It's like the stars are right.
for me,
someone.
the obvious option is Antonio Banderas.
Oh,
yeah,
that
he's
is almost
one.
like
That's absolutely,
two,
but
sorry.
that's the absolute obvious option.
Yeah, but no, I've not tried to go that well. So I've got three picks. There's the obvious one, the sort of second obvious one, and then sort of an outside pick, which I think actually would be quite good.
So the obvious one.
The obvious one, and he would smash this. This is why I'm like, it probably would be him. Like, as much as I don't want to be him, but Pedro Pascal.
So you said in our chat you were not going to put him
It's too
forward
good, though, isn't it?
But
because
then-
it's too obvious.
But then I was
Too
like,
good.
that's so horrible. Like,
And
that's so
he's-
horrible because he's
and
an
he's
amazing
everywhere.
actor.
He's everywhere at the moment.
He's everywhere. He's an amazing actor. But like, you think of him in that Game of Thrones
As,
as like a
what's
swashbuckler.
his
It's
name?
like the same, right?
Yeah, as
Martell.
yeah, fuck the Martel. Yeah,
He is just so good.
he's brilliant.
Just
He's not going to be standing there over a massive giant going, you raped her, you stabbed her, you go wherever you
Exactly,
say.
but
You're not going to get that out of him.
but
But
like-
you can hear him saying, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
it's so good, that bit.
It is,
Anyway,
you're right.
My alternate pick is
Is this the second obvious?
this is the second of
Second
these,
obvious.
is Diego Luna, who is the guy that's in Rogue One and Andor.
Okay, yeah.
Plays Andor.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know who you're on about.
Have you seen Andor?
No, but I've seen Rogue One.
He's the guy.
He's just a guy. Okay.
He's the Spanish guy.
He's the Spanish guy.
I don't think actually he's Spanish. I think he's a
He's probably about as Spanish as Bandy.
South American guy. I think he'd be
I
good.
think that's quite a
Like,
good
he
pick.
looks good. I think
Yeah.
I quite like him because I think there would be less assumption of how he would play it.
Yeah.
He's slightly younger, slightly more fresh faced. I think you'd kind of buy that kind of innocence, and I could actually see him really doing the kind of like the, you are brilliant. I admit it. You're better than me, and like but I know something you don't.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so I think he'd be good. My outside pick, and again maybe leaning more into this kind of theatrical one, would be Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Who-
yeah.
you know,
I know.
Hamilton, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I know Lin-Manuel. He's yeah.
And I just think he would kind of play it sort of the lightest and sort of the most stage.
Stage. I think that's
I
what
think-
this needs, though.
Thing is,
That's
if-
what
if-
this needs.
I think what like with the options like me and Nick have chosen so far would imply we're leaning more towards a spoofy cast.
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel would lean into that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whereas your other two would go back more towards the serious side of things. And
They sort of go a bit more blockbuster. So I'm happy to go with Lin-Manuel. I think he's brilliant.
Do you know,
and then
Wayne-
he could then do the new score.
Ah, please.
his scores are phenomenal.
He'd smash it. This would be a musical all of a
It would
sudden.
be a musical.
In
I'd
fact,
I'd see this as a musical.
I'd see this
I'd
as a
watch this
musical.
as a musical.
I'd
I would
almost
watch
feel
this
like
musical. I would
this
watch this musical.
could work better. This would have worked better potentially as a play
Yeah.
or a musical.
Yeah.
Because I think you've got more scope for like the bits to be done on stage. You don't need, you can make sets look bigger with sort of illusion, that kind of
Yeah.
thing, like without trying to do what they had to do with the budget that they had.
Like you could imagine that the lightning sand. You could imagine as it walks on stage, one falls through a trap.
You could actually do that quite.
And it would feel like and suddenly that like quick and he like grabs the rope,
Yeah,
like jumps
yeah.
through the trap door. It would work well as a stage.
And I think the corny humour works or carries to stage quite well.
Yeah.
That as well. Yeah, I like that.
Lin-Manuel.
I like that, Lin-Manuel.
Lovely. That's good.
So
See, Pedro Pascal didn't walk it.
Who bloody
He would
knew?
be good.
that's
He
because
would
you
be good.
threw us with a good option.
Whoa.
I'm not saying that Pedro wouldn't be. Right, so I think it's only right we go with Prince Humperdinck next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who is the main antagonist, played by Chris Sarandon.
Yeah,
Sarandon.
Brother of
Yeah, Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon.
indeed. Yes, so I think he's pretty good in this role. He's quite smarmy. I almost wanted a bit more smarm and kind of odiousness from him. I think there's almost there's moments where like he's being really nice to Princess Buttercup, when he said, like, yeah, we'll send out the ships to go and find Wesley and all that kind of thing. And then he's obviously like, we're obviously not going to do that. Like, Hazard the Planter.
Yeah.
I wanted more kind of like, oh, you're such a baddie. Kind of thing. Yeah, like even I wouldn't have minded an evil laugh here and there. I think that could have gone quite a long way. So I was thinking who would be quite good at this. I think if we are going with kind of spoofy cast, the person who I've only got one pick again. The person who I'd quite like to have seen ham this up a bit, possibly a bit of a curveball pick. But I've gone with John Malkovich, who I would have quite liked to have seen, even in like a wig or something. Yeah. Like really hamming it up and really having fun with this.
He's good in the Three Musketeers. Like he's good in a wig. He can do a wig. He can
pull it off, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'd be quite fun. And I'm intrigued to know who the Count Rugen choice is, because obviously there's a lot of playing off of that character as well.
Well, we'll soon find out, won't we?
I've got a dark pick for
go on. A spicy meatball pick.
Spicy meatball.
Tim Curry.
You can't just say a dark pick.
a dark horse. Tim Curry.
Tim Curry is good.
Yeah, he's excellent.
Yeah, that is a really good show.
And he would again lean. He would make again. Like, he sounds. He'd be a lot more spoofy with it, wouldn't he?
Exactly.
And he'd ham it right up.
When Princess Buttercup leaves the room, just that smile.
Yeah, that's a really strong.
He's got a really unnerving smile, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So unnerving. It's
very 80s. But, I think part of the cast we're seeing is that they've got sort of. They've got some curveball picks. They've got some lesser known stars, and they've got some stars who are kind of at the time more up and coming in comedy. Like they probably had a name as a sort of cult comedians and stuff. That I don't think they had the budget to go out and get like much more established stars and stuff. Which is why we're kind of seeing the cast that we've got, I think. So it's interesting for us to be thinking about, like, okay, who could have been in those roles?
I think our cast.
Well, it's not about who. It's not who could have been in the roles. Who we would like to see in the roles. That's the whole point of our recasting.
Yeah.
Who could be in the role? It's who we would like to have seen in the role.
So far, I'm very happy with all our castings. Actually, I think it's good.
I mean, we've pleased Sam in some aspect of our.
We're not nasty enough that we would have just gone like fucking Vince Vaughn.
I'm not going to lie.
I would have loved to see him as Westerly.
I came close to throwing Macho Man Randy Savage in as Count Rugen.
That's 6 feet.
Count Rugen.
I came close, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So Count Rugen, as you said, he's the right hand man. He's the
6 finger.
He is the 6 finger right hand man that Inigo is searching for.
Played by Christopher Guest.
Of Spinal Tap fame.
Sure.
So I think we should say, so he's the whole thing with Inigo is Inigo's father was a sword maker, made like this beautiful sword for this Christopher Guest character. Sorry, what's the name?
Count Rugen.
Count Rugen.
And
Tyrone Rugen.
And then Rugen refused to pay, and so killed Inigo's father
in front of him, wasn't it?
Yeah, in front of him, and then Inigo challenged him to a duel, and he got
cut on both cheeks,
and then left sort of to defend himself.
And
he's been searching for him for 20 years.
Yeah. It's a good little story. It's a good little story, that one. So, like I said, I've got 2 options. One which I would, because they're more modern, and one would require bringing back from the dead. So my more modern pick, who I think would work really well with John Malkovich, is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Nice, yeah. He could definitely do like the Weasley kind of side of Count Rugen's character.
Yeah, I think he'd be good, and he'd do that look of when Wesley sees his
6 fingers.
He'd do that look of disgust.
When Wesley's like, someone's looking for you, and he's like, back out on not back out. Top of the
pummel of
the
interesting story. That wasn't a prop sword.
Was it not?
Actually knocked out Gary Elwes.
No.
And had to stop filming for two days.
Really?
Wow.
He fractured his skull.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
No way.
He didn't hold back on that, did he?
No, he didn't.
So my more older pick, like I said, I've already said he would have to be brought back from the dead, would be Alan Rickman.
I like Alan Rickman.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
But then again, when do we not like him? Who doesn't like Alan Rickman in anything? I don't think you can name a bad Alan Rickman performance.
Alan Rickman is also the Sheriff of Nottingham in the Kevin Costner.
Yeah, he is as well.
And he's fucking great.
He's fucking good in that.
He's so good in that.
It's got to be Alan Rickman to go along with Christian Slater.
Wait, can I just say, have we ever seen the combo I don't know is it too much of that energy, right? Alan Rickman and John Malkovich on screen together.
Harry Potter,
John Malkovich.
Malkovich.
It's a lot of that energy.
That would be
isn't
good.
it?
This film is getting better.
This film is trying to become what me and Nick want it to be. What we
dare
hoped,
say.
what we thought it might have been.
You know what, I feel like this is a photoshopped poster.
I think it's
Oh,
gonna
I'd
have to be
like
in it.
to see. This is suddenly I'm like.
So yeah,
come on.
so we're nailing on Alan Rickman, aren't we?
We're nailing
I don't
on
think
Alan
we're. Sorry, Benedict. I know you're phenomenal, but
a little bit of Christopher Guest trivia.
ooh,
And I only say this because I'm pretty sure you've
some
cast this
bonus
person.
Wikipedia.
Well, do you know who his wife is?
No,
I'm pretty sure you've cast this person as an absolute oddball casting choice.
well, like Whoopi Goldberg.
No,
I don't think
What film? Hang on, what film do you
I
think of?
remember. Maybe I've got it wrong. Could have sworn you put them in something. Waterworld, maybe.
He's not married to
What? She got nuts? No, not what? Fucking Friday the 13th woman.
Is it?
Jamie Lee
Oh,
Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Not Friday the 13th. It's Freaky Friday. Fucking
No,
did it
Jamie
again.
Curtis.
Fucking did it again.
Halloween. She's in Halloween.
Yeah, again. That's probably why I keep doing it. Jamie Lee Curtis. Is it? Jamie Lee Curtis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis guest
Since 1984.
Fair play.
before this film came out. So
Before this film.
What
came
a
out.
stretch. What a stretch.
There you go.
that's good. Obviously, they're genuinely nice people, or both genuinely awful.
So yeah.
No, I like that. Yeah, I mean, Alan Rickman.
So our sixth and final recasting.
I'll get you, Wesley.
It's actually quite fitting that they got paired with Inigo, is because they spend a lot of screen time together, and that is Andre the Giant as Fezzik.
Yeah, so this one is tough.
Now I did
because-
ban you from just picking Paul White, the Big Show.
Yeah, so I've not picked any wrestlers.
Why ban though? That is
Because I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because in wrestling lore, he was introduced in WCW as Andre the Giant's son.
Yeah.
Because I think by that point, I don't know if Andre the Giant had died yet, but he wasn't in WCW.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan was like, I can make money with him. Call him the Giant. We'll bill him as Andre the Giant's son.
Yeah.
So he was known in WCW as the Giant, and he was basically deemed Andre the Giant's son.
Right.
And also, he's not a good actor.
And therefore, we're
He
not
was-
allowed to cast him.
And
Well, I wouldn't have cast him anyway.
Let's talk actually about Andre the Giant's performance.
Yeah, so I mean, I get that it's not a good performance. It's like
I don't think it's meant to be.
it's
though.
not meant to be. It's meant
Yeah,
to
I
be.
don't think it's terrible. I think he's
He's
there's
endearing.
a little bit of
He's
charm
really
and
endearing,
yeah.
Oh, anybody want to be them?
Yeah.
It's
His role is lumbering oaf.
yeah,
Yeah.
and just his chatting with Wesley as he's getting choked out. I've just realised why it's so hard fighting you. Like I'm not used to fighting one-on-one. Like I've been specialising in gangs and groups, and it's just it's good. It's funny and he. I think the other reason is obviously I've seen a lot of making of and behind the scenes and stuff, and he was so ill at this point. And
I've heard he was in pain, right?
he couldn't lift anything. Everything was like winches and it's just so sad and again, it's one of those things where I think for me, Inigo and Fezzik's relationship is really sweet. It's almost like Of Mice and Men, kind of a tall, kind of lumbering, childlike person who's so strong but so defenseless. And then the younger person who's not as physically strong but he's mentally strong and they're there for each other. And I think it's a really good casting. So it is tough because you have to go for giant people.
There's a physicality requirement, right?
So my lowest tier one is a guy called Robert Mallet. He's I think he's Canadian. You probably know him. He actually technically was a wrestler for a bit. He was Kurgan. Kurgan.
Yeah, I know the name. Yeah,
And he's in lots of things. He's in Deadpool. He's in he kind of plays the big kind of giant guy in a lot of stuff.
Vince Vaughn's really tall, by the way.
Is Vince Vaughn tall? Yeah, I'd like to see him get beaten over the head with a rock as well. My next one. So I haven't gone for him though because he's not really got the acting chops or whatever. So the next one up is a guy called Richard Keel, who you will know as Jaws from 007.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Classic.
So,
Nice.
so obviously big guy,
Yeah.
imposing, kind of got that similar kind of like childlike kind of wonder things. But I think really leaning into that kind of childlike, you know, you want to feel for him, you want him to be like a gentle giant. So I've gone for Michael Clarke Duncan from Green Mile.
Nice. Yeah.
Just, he's so good, and you know, he's so good at getting that emotion out of people. And he's like so big, but also like, you know,
but vulnerable
gentle.
at the same time.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I think he would be a very good pairing with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I think he would. I think that'd be really good. I think you get... the way it's interesting, because the way you talk about the film, it's like you've seen different film to me. I think in many ways you have. Like, because it's structured on your childhood memories and like everything you're gleaming from it, that maybe, certainly on a maybe just on a first watch, that's what it was. I've not picked up any of that depth of character building and relationship building. But having said that, I think we can all actually pat ourselves on the back for some of this recasting, because I feel like
I think this is one of those rare ones where we've improved.
Maybe.
It's not very often we do it, but I think this is one where we can, as a collective, say, I think we've improved the cast.
I wouldn't necessarily, obviously me personally from Lone, I wouldn't necessarily improve, but I think if they like remade it, which I actually have heard rumblings they are going to remake it.
I've seen that rumour as well.
Yeah, I think if they remade it, obviously not with this cast because after they're dead.
Remaking everything else, we may as well remake it.
I think a version of Princess Bride with this cast would be
alright. I think this cast doing the exact same film, like we often, I mean, it's not going to change anything. Like with any, I think we are reimagining, aren't we?
Yeah,
so we are saying like, we want a bit more of this, or this is what the.
I think with what we've cast, I think we've steered more down the spoof lane. I think.
Well, actually, really interesting. I think because of who we've cast, you could go down the more serious route, and because of the actors that we've picked, they would bring the spoof in without it having to be a spoof film.
Yeah,
but if you think about it,
I agree.
Would have it up with it still being a serious film.
Yeah,
same with Malcolm.
I agree. Yeah,
same with Lin-Manuel. Same with Michael Clarke. They would. You wouldn't have to make it like a Men in Tights, you know, but they could still bring that kind of comedy element to it.
Totally agree. Yeah, totally
Love
agree.
it.
Okay, I would watch that film.
Should we lock in our cast in, just confirm who we've recast, and then I think after we've done that, we'll move on to what rating we would give this film. Confirm, Nick, who did you have and who have we recast?
So do you want me to do both?
Do both, yeah.
Carrie Elwes, who was Wesley, originally played by Carrie Elwes, and I've cast Christian Slater. And Prince Humperdinck, who is played by Chris Sarandon, who I cast as John Malkovich. Wait, that was Alan Rickman.
John Malkovich.
We'll get to Alan Rickman.
He comes later.
So I had Buttercup, the Princess Bride, played by the beautiful Robin Wright. She will now be played by the equally beautiful Kylie Minogue. Oh. And Count Tyrone Rugen, played by Christopher Guest, will now be Alan Rickman.
That's good fucking cast right there. Right, I had Inigo Montoya, played by Mandy Patinkin. And I've recast to Lin-Manuel Miranda of, you know, just everything Disney now. Just give him a Disney thing and it will be successful. And I also had Fezzik, the lovable giant, played by Andre the Giant, will now be played by the equally lovable and much missed Michael Clarke Duncan.
Do you know what, guys?
That's a phenomenal cast.
Just for the benefit of the audio format, just want to... If everyone can hear that.
I mean, he's barely picking it up, but you know.
That is patting.
We could just do better and just give ourselves a round of applause.
Come on.
It's a good cast.
That is a great cast. So, I mean, may as well start with. Let's end with Sam on our ratings. Nick, what are you rating this film at? We'll go out stars because
it's all good. We're friends.
Are we doing this from now on then? We've celebrated any film?
Yeah, well, I think we should. What do you rate this film?
Out of 4.5 stars.
Out of 5. What are you giving it?
This is where 5 stars is tough because, like, I mean, I don't know, but like, you know, you gave. What did you give? You gave Rebel Moon like 1 star. None star.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still would.
Yeah, still would. So I'm hoping it's more than that, but like, it does condense things a bit. But you know.
Yeah.
Again, which is why I prefer a 10-point rating.
Yeah, but it's fun.
I would. I can't lie about the fact that it really didn't move me, or there was a couple of bits where I was like, yeah. That was really it.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw what it was trying to be, and I saw like a lot of the incredible performers in this film. I was like, oh come on, like give me that more, give me some more. So I mean, I think I would go in a 2, a 2.5. I think
That's pretty good. I was thinking you were going to say 1.5.
Oh really? No,
Yeah.
I think like
You won't
two-
offend me if you say 1.5.
Okay, cool. No, yeah, like two and a bit maybe. I think like it was bang average, but what frustrated me more was like it could have been so good had some of the things been tweaked. I do think like some of the editing, the writing, the directing, some of the performances were really lacking, but it had a couple of little moments of enjoyment. It's got the sword fight. The sword fight alone is worth a whole star, I think,
Nice.
in and of itself. So yeah,
So if it was a written something up, you'd say it was mostly dead. Mostly dead. But not all dead.
Yeah, sorry Sam, I am going to offend you. It's only getting 1.75.
What?
1 3/4 stars. That's what
Just
it's getting.
can we just stick to either 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5?
It's getting. Get 3/4 stars.
No, 1.5.
Oh, you're getting 1.5. You're making it worse for
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
I just get 1.5.
1.5.
because that going up, that would be going into 0.5s then an out of 10 rating.
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
would
Yeah.
just be mad.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is why I prefer the 10-point scale, because you can get a 0.5.
1.5 stars from you.
That's what you get. Sorry, Sam, you've made it worse for yourself.
No,
I wanted to go
that's all right.
0.75, but you went no. You're
That's all right. That
getting
is,
1.5 stars, mate. Sorry.
that is lightning sand down under the ground rating right there.
So go on, mate. What's this for you? This
So-
must be
So this is tough. So like this.
Well, I mean, it's number 4 in your top 10, so it's got to be at least a 4.5 star film.
Yeah,
right?
but again, like I've got to take into
Must be
consideration two things, which is one,
Nostalgia.
how good a film I think it is versus how much I enjoy the film.
Yeah.
Like if I'm rating it on it like a bit more sort of subjective, I would say a 3-star film. Like I would say there's a lot of failings, like it is a bit clunky, some of the writing isn't good, but I think that's intentional and I actually love it. So my rating for it is a 4-star film.
okay.
But I think without the nostalgia, 2.5 to 3.
That's a good point actually. It's like, how you'd rate the quality of craftsmanship of the film versus do you want to sit down on a Friday night and stick it on the TV?
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Grab a bovril, sit down,
There we are.
stick it on.
Okay. Well, I think before we end this week's episode, I know Sam's got a new little segment.
We've got a
he
little bit
wants
of
to-
fun. A little bit of
He
fun.
wants a
guys.
throwaway. I think before we do that, I'm going to tease my film.
Oh, okay. So your pick.
Oh, yes.
It's my pick for next time. Now, this is a film that I've not personally seen probably since it was in cinemas. But when I watched it, I remember really, really liking it, and I would at the time would have put it as one of my favourite films. So it'd be interesting to see how I think of it gone back.
Sounds like a 4.5 star
And
classic to me.
this is one of the few films I have actually watched in the cinema multiple times.
Oh.
So when this was in the cinema, I watched it 3 times in the cinema
Wow.
when it was released.
Okay.
And so this is where you're already going to start hating it. So my tease for this film is Michael Bay before he stopped caring.
No.
So that is the tease for my film. Michael Bay before he... Well, I'll add to it. Michael Bay before he stopped caring about the story. If you want to have a guess on this film, you can head on over to our socials, Casserole Pod at Casserole Pod over on X. When this goes live, obviously the clues will be out there. Throw your guess in the comment. I might reply if you're correct. Leave you a little like if you're correct. Who knows? Or get in touch with us, casserolepod@gmail.com with your answer, and maybe we might read it out on the pod. But until then, Sam, you have. Do you want to introduce this?
I've got a
little
new segment. I've got a new segment.
Have you got a name for this segment?
I do.
Oh,
It's audio aperitif.
Audio aperitif.
It's a little quiz. Now you can play along at home, but we will be revealing the answers.
should we reveal the answers of the following episode?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
Okay.
The things of this are like because people at home will be like, it's so obvious, guys, say it.
All right,
And-
okay.
So I think we'll reveal the answers, but you can play along at home, be honest, post if you got it in the comments.
In
What
fact,
I'm
what we
gonna
might
do-
also do is clip them all together, post them on the socials, and you can put your answers in the comments below it as well.
Lovely, perfect, all that stuff. So what
So-
I'm going to do is I'm going to play 3. I'll play them one at a time and get your thoughts and answers. 3 sound snippets from films, and you have to guess the film and exactly.
So is it out of
what
3 then, is it?
Yeah, out of 3.
Okay.
So this is the first one.
Is it, how are we just giving, are we first to buzz in, or are you just going to play it and then
I'm
we
gonna
give an
play
answer?
it. You can think about it,
Okay.
and then you can each give me your answers.
Right, okay.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, there you go, gentlemen.
Fuck
Okay.
knows.
Now,
I'm gonna
is
kick
it-
myself
sorry,
for
is this, are these from TV shows or films?
Could be anything.
Right, okay.
Right. Do you know it straight away?
I don't, I've got a guess.
Okay, go
I think it's a warp jump.
Mm,
I couldn't tell you what from, because I think they're all quite generic. But I think it's a warp jump from Star Trek, Stargate, something like that.
I'm going to need to press you for an answer.
I'm saying a warp jump.
That's not good enough.
It is, it is good.
I need film and ship.
Oh, hang on a minute now.
No, come on. I'm
It
joking.
is Star
You-
Trek.
You did not give
What
that.
ship?
Enterprise.
Yeah, Star Trek Enterprise, Star Trek.
You are close. It's the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars.
Oh. Why? It sounds like when you hear it like that. Is that from one of the newest Star Wars films?
No, it's from the.
I feel
it's
hard
from the
done
first
by
one,
there,
but
not
you
gonna lie.
would have heard it.
I feel hard done by they suddenly threw in after the fact I want film and ship.
I want specifics with these guys. Specifics.
Film
Right,
and
now-
I thought it was like maybe like a gun.
Can we like have half a point each?
Nope.
A bit hard.
Now this one is quite quiet,
Yeah.
so everyone at home, listen along. Here we go.
Okay, can I go straight in?
Yeah.
Is that Jurassic Park T-Rex?
Yeah, it is, boy.
I got water. That was about it.
It's good
That's the
story.
rain, yeah.
Yeah,
But I meant
That's
like
all.
the
That's
cup
all.
of
That's all I
water.
could hear was the
Okay,
water.
cool.
Yeah, I'm not hearing the footsteps. All I'm hearing is the rain.
Well, I will.
It sounds like
You'll
thunder.
be able to hear it on the thing. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so that is a point to Nick.
Oh.
Now, guys, this one's short. I think Nick might get it. So let's live.
Oh, wow, man.
Let Jim have a chance. to
All right,
answer.
yeah. Go on, I jumped in on
Are
this
we
one.
ready, guys?
Oh, well, that's the alien motion sensor.
It is
Nice.
Aliens. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the motion sensor from Aliens. There you are. Would you have got that as well?
Yes.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
That's probably the. That was.
I
That was.
like
That was.
2-1.
That was.
I
That was.
love it.
We get 2 to 1 from.
Well, you got Jurassic Park and Aliens.
I mean, bit harsh.
Said I would, yeah. It's not
Bit
the
harsh.
fairest, but all I got to do is go, yeah, we're not.
Would you have got that? Would you have got that one after being given that?
I would have,
I
but-
mean, I think it's only fair to call that a draw.
No, don't call
I
that.
think that's only fair to call that a 1-1 draw. Would you have
Next
got
time-
that one? Yeah, of course I would have.
Next time,
You've already.
guys, I'm going to get
You've
you to
already.
write your answers down.
You've already confirmed
Okay.
it's the correct answer. So yeah, of course I'd have got that
We'll have a
right.
notepad we
Next
can
time
show.
we'll write the answers down.
Okay.
Okay, guys. But that was the
Socials,
first
if
episode
you-
of.
But socials, if you think I've been hard done by there, let me know. Well, that's,
Socials
I think
is
that's
everything you've been
I think
hard
that's a
done by.
fucking crime that I have just lost that on a 2-1 technicality.
Mate, no socials ever think you've been hard done.
They
by.
do.
If anything, they are worried for Nick and mine's safety.
If we're going to get a Tom email about this. And
Probably.
that'll be it.
French Tom.
And do you know what? Tom will back me up.
Of course he will. Loves
I
it.
don't think you will. Right, that was the first episode of Audio Aperitif.
Well, let us know what you thought of the debut of Audio Aperitif on the aforementioned socials at Castorol Pod over on X or castorolpod@gmail.com. Send a little email. Like I said, you can follow us over on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, YouTube, Podbean, wherever it is that you get your podcasts from. Don't forget to leave those 5-star reviews. And of course, buymeacoffee.com/Castor Oil Podcast, should you wish to leave us a nice little donation so we can continue to improve this wonderful little podcast that we put out for you. But until next time, my name has been Jim. Goodbye.
My name's been Nick. Thank you and bye.
Yeah, and I've been Sam. Bye.
Movie casserole, casserole.